students. So, according to syllabus, this is the half of the first unit of your data structure subject, and very first topic about data structure, data type, data representation. So data representation, we have to understood that how data is represented in computers. Okay, so let's see. Generally, we write numbers in Arabic form, that is 1, 2, 3, like this. But unfortunately, our computer doesn't understand this. Modern computers are built up with transistors. Whenever an electric current passes into the transistor, either an on or off status will be established. Fine. Now, therefore, the computer can only recognize two numbers, 0 for off and 1 for on, which can be referred to as bit binary. This bi represents for this is 0 is a bit, 1 is a bit, only two bi, only two form of representation in computer, that's why this is called as bit. And since computer doesn't understand anything between 0 or 1, that's why uh, we can also say computer is discrete machine. Okay, it's understand only discrete, either off or on, no intermediate stages. Now, this is an actual flavor of actual representation. This decimal we actually use in our regular life, decimal numbers like 0, 1, 2, and all this. And if we see computers representation, then this right hand side, this binary column is about of this computer representation. This 0 is actually represented like this, some zeros. Actually there are 8 digits. Okay, and for one like this. And this is this representation, not an any horrible thing. You This is very easy representation, and you will see a lot of about this representation in your digital logic design classes. So, for just conception to enter in data structure, data type, some brief introduction is here. So, the smallest unit in computer's memory is generally byte. A byte means 8 bits. That's why I represent here a 0 with 8 bytes. But it may be for larger, it may larger, that is, if 16-bit word is there, then this 0 it will be represented as 16 bits. No. Again, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, these numbers cannot be understood by the computer, as well as the A, B, C, D also cannot understand the computers. Okay. For this, there is another format is available, is known as ASCII format. ASCII, that American Standard Code for Information Interchange. They according to these codes, there is a list which corresponding binary number for every alphabet. Capital A for generally 65. This is the binary representation, and for all the alphabets or many more symbols have this kind of representation. So it is clear that our actual data representation in computer's memory is totally different from our daily use. Abstract data type. An abstract data type is very important concept for data structure, for entire data structure, actually for entire computer science. Now, what is abstract? Abstraction means we will be unaware about the actual implementation. Suppose we are using every day the electric, like we are switching on some switch, and the fan or light will on. Most of the person doesn't know how this operation or how the technical detail behind this, but all of us we are regularly using these kind of things. And as well as in case of software, when we are doing some form fill up or railway reservation, we just seeing some buttons in our on our screens, and just anybody can do this type of things. They doesn't need to know about any computer science behind this or any languages behind this, but they can perform all of the operations. So there is an abstract layer or abstraction uh, on or above the actual implementation, because actual implementation is not necessary for uh, any for a real user or any type of user, because everybody's fields are different, everybody's needs are different. Whenever we are presenting something, there must be need some abstraction. That's why all the operations or all the need can be performed by any kind of persons. Here also this abstraction same means for our data type. Actually ADT is a mathematical model for the data types. The data types or data representation, actual representation for computers need not to know for everybody, and that's why we need this abstraction. So it can be also said as logical description. So mathematical model or logical description, any term can be used interchangeably. So we are seeing this picture. There this is actual implementation, and the interface for user operations will be performed in this area. So this upper layer is abstract or abstraction for this actual implementation. Clear? Now the data structure. What is data structure? Actually, data structure is a way to store and organize data so that it can be used efficiently. Okay, that means in computer memory, when data is stored, then how they will be organized, like maybe their how they can be used, what is their types, in which operations can be used, these data, these all this all organization actually is performed by data structure. So more precisely, it can be said that a data structure is a collection of data values, the relationship among them, and the functions or operations that can be applied to the data. Now atomic type or data type. You already know about the data representation, real representation of data. Now the type. Generally there are four primitive or atomic data types like booleans, integers, characters and floats. So what is booleans? Generally boolean means it can have two values, either true or false. This T defines that true and F denotes the false. Okay. So already we know that transistor for the transistor on and off only our computer can understand only the binary form 0 or 1, that is on or off or on. Now the integer type int is the set of integers. What is integers? That is the whole number, like 1, 2, 3, these are integers. Okay, it may be positive or negative, that is minus 3 or 3, these all are integers, but 3.5 is not allowed here, 4.7 is not allowed, that is floor point is not allowed here. And then character we know that A, B, C, D, these are characters, and generally they are called ASCII characters because ASCII their computer understand the ASCII values for these characters. And the last one here, the type float. Okay, float means that is floating point numbers, 1.2, 2.5 or 5 etc. Any floating point number is another type of representation. Okay, now there is a brief difference between ADT, real data types and data structure. Now what is ADT? An abstract data type or ADT is defined by its behavior. Okay, behavior or semantics, that is how it works. Okay, then from the point of view of a user, like TV remote or use of washing machines or use of anything else, that is only how it can be used, how it behaves. This description is defined by this abstract data type. Okay, of the data, especially in terms of possible values, possible operations on this data type and behavior of this operations, etc. Now data type. Data type is the representation of nature and type of data that has been going to be used in programming. Now programming done by the programmer, that is computer scientists, and this programmer have to know the actual representation, data representation, that how the computer handle the data, and by knowing this they use the data type as required for a program. So data type actually should be known by the programmer, and ADT is a viewpoint from the user. This is the basic difference. Now this mathematical model contrast with data structure. This mathematical model means here means that ADT with data structure which are concrete representation of data. Suppose some ADT means some abstraction, how it can be shown like this, and whenever its actual implementation done, concrete representation done, then it should be done by data structure. So this is also the point of view of an implementer, not a user. So data structure, data type, these are not need to be know for any outsider or any user. actually the implementer are aware with the data structure, actual data structure, and the data representation or data type by the programmer, and finally the user point of view is our ADT. Okay. Now data types. This lecture contain on the all type of data. For first of all, what is data type? You already have the concept about the data type from the previous lecture. Now again, the data type is the representation of nature and the type of data that has been going to be used in programming. You already know that. Now what is the types? They may be primitive or composite or abstract. Primitive, that is the basic building blocks. You already know about the atomic data types. These are the atomic data types are actually can be said also the primitive data types. Okay. Now boolean, integer, float, character, these are the primitive data type. And composite, when any data type uh, are constructed or composed by these basic data types, basic or primitive data types like this boolean, integer or float, then these are known as the composite data types, and the examples are struct, array, string, etc. And the abstraction, you already know about the abstract data type. So data type, when the defined by its behavior, that how it works, then we know, then we call them as abstract data type. So they can be as tuple or set, stack, queue, graph. These all are abstract data type. Now primitive data type. Classic, basic, primitive types may include character and integer. So integer is the basic type, but integer can be of many types like int, short int, long int, byte, these kind of things, and with a variety of precision, that is floating point numbers, float, double, real, these kind of things. And these actual picture you can get from your C. You have C language in your syllabus in this semester, and when you do some program, you will be aware about this in, short or double. These are the application area of these data types is the high level language program. So in the, you will be aware, no problem. And non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types are also called as derived data types. It means it is derived from the fundamental data structure like int, float, this kind of. And examples of non-primitive: structure, union, pointers, these are in C language. Okay. In C language, non-primitive data types are those, this array, structure, this. And if we see in data structure, then array, stack, queue, tree, these are the renowned non-primitive data structure. Now linear data type. Linear data type is a type of non-primitive data type. That is, it is made of basic or primitive data type. Okay, that means linear data type is also a kind of non-primitive data type, and it is basically made of the primitive data types. Now the data elements arranged in sequential manner. Okay, and each member element is connected to its previous and next element. Consecutive or sequential means something is present in a particular sequence, and that's why the any element is connected to its next and as well as the previous elements. This is the sequential representation. Now such data types of data structures are easy to implement, okay, since our computer memory is also sequential. Computer memory, this RAMs, all are sequential memory. So if we are about to organize our linear data structure, then it is easy to implement. Now example of linear data structures are array, stack, queue, list. These are our sequential data structure or linear data structure. And so it is also simple for implementation in case of programming languages. Now non-linear data type. Non-linear data type means when this organization will not be sequential anymore. Non-linear data type is a type of non-primitive data type obviously, and made of basic or primitive data type, no problem. And the data elements are not arranged in sequential manner, okay, and each element can have multiple paths to connect to other elements. In sequential case, any element is connected only with its previous and the next element, but here the connection is not like that, because the memories are not sequentially used here. That's why maybe more connection from a single memory block to any other blocks, or the connections are totally different. Such data types or data structures are not so easy to implement, okay, uh, since our memory, our actual memory is not like that. So this kind of data structure implementation is quite difficult. Example of nonlinear data structures are tree, graph. This kind of things are the nonlinear data structure. And the pointer data type is used to implement non-linear data structure in programming language. That is, to use tree, graph, we must have to use pointer whenever we are going to implement it by some programming languages. So finally, we are about to end the unit 1, and it is the final varieties of our data structure, and we have to study all about all these data structures. Actually, data structure may two differences are two may broad kind are primitive and non-primitive again. So primitives are integer, real, actually real means the floating point, okay, and character boolean. And in non-primitive case there are two again types, linear data structure can be there or non-linear. So linears are arrays, linked list, stacks, queues, etc. And non-linear trees, graphs, these are the non-linear data structure.